here we are with the new project. Can you guess what it is yet? Okay, I'll give you a little bit more of a clue. It is a Pinzgauer 6x6 ambulance, otherwise known as a Pinzgauer 718 TMV 6x6. That kind of doesn't really trip off the tongue, so it will now be known as Piglet, because it's got a wee little piggy face. Most of these were built for the RAF, and they were built with the 5-cylinder Volkswagen engine. 2 were made for the Navy, of which this is one, and this is the 5-cylinder 2.5 diesel engine. Sorry, the RAF one was the 6-cylinder. I think it was a 2.4 diesel engine. Engine cover's off at the minute because, as you can see, I've just been fitting in the alternator. The engine cover has to come off, and to get the engine cover off, the seats also have to come out. So as you can see, I've had to remove the seats, which is a bit of a faff, but it only takes 5 or 10 minutes. We've got some fairly scary looking electrics here, which we're going to need to at some stage work our way through, and a few bits and bobs up there. And in the drop from the driver's seat, surprisingly you haven't got a rev counter, but you've got your standard sort of temperature gauge, fuel gauge and speedo over there, and a variety of warning lights. In the centre we've got various ambulance control switches for blue lights, sirens, fog lights, all that kind of stuff. And then down here behind the handbrake, sorry, behind the gear lever, we've got the diff locks. This is a 6x6, so you've got over on this side here is to engage 6-wheel drive, and then you've got the cross-axle diff locks as well, dunk and dunk. In terms of the drive, we've got portal axles front and rear, so that gives you huge amounts of ground clearance underneath, giving excellent off-road performance. Front suspension is independent coils, which gives a nice soft ride. Rear suspension is via this leaf spring, which joins the two axles together, and gives a lot of suspension travel. I think it's got air assist as well, because there's a wee little thing that says air suspension pressure 2 bar. At the rear we've got the 2 ambulance doors. The RAF spec ones had a spare wheel carrier hanging off of the hinges, which is actually very useful. This one doesn't have a spare wheel, so I'm going to have to try and find a solution to that. So we'll open up the rear doors and have a look inside. Step just falls down. Seriously heavy duty. As you can see, I've already started stripping some of the inside. There's a cupboard up there that's been taken out. The internal fittings have got some kind of goo, Sikaflex or something holding them in, which makes them a bit tricky to get out. You can see this bit here. I've taken all the screws out, but it's just glued in. It's not going to come off very easily at all. Might give it a bit of heat, see if that does the trick. In the back we've got the ambulance seats. They fully rotate, either forwards, sideways or backwards. We've got the attendant's seat there. This is all the oxygen cabling that came out. The attendant's seat's probably going to come out. Did have a stretcher, it came with the stretcher, and a scoop stretcher as well. Those have been donated to a Ukrainian charity sending ambulances out. We've got a small hatch going through to the driver's compartment here. So what I would hope to do is remove this rather nifty little cool box and be able to open that area up a little bit so you've got to crawl through. This is the main electrics cupboard, which is quite scary, so we'll close that again. And we've just got another cupboard here, which I think was probably for oxygen bottles originally. That will be coming out, and the intention is to have a drop down bed there, single, and then at the rear by the doors we're going to have a lifting bed as a double. I'm thinking maybe toilet along there. You can see we've got the window there with the blind down. It's not very good blackout blinds. You've got a window in the side door and also in the side. Got cupboards on either side. These will be coming out because they'll get in the way of the elevating bed, as with the handles as well. Internal blue lights, which all ambulances are certainly all military ambulances are fitted with, and the reason for the blue lights is so that you don't lose your night vision. These aren't like flashing blue lights, these are continuous blue lights, they're for illumination. Don't lose your night vision, but blue light you can still see blood. It still shows red, whereas a red light you wouldn't be able to see the red. Got a Webasto heater, I think it's a Webasto, and there are the controls for that up there. Wee little roof vent there, and something possibly similar at the back. We've got 240 volt supply to the rear. Just going to work out where that comes from. At the rear we've got nighttime sorts of floodlights as well, which I'll be keeping. They're quite useful. On the left hand side we've got this side door with the fold down step. That's your oxygen cupboards again. Might be an Eberspacer heater actually, I don't know, we'll see what comes up. So that's the pins. Exciting project. We'll see where it takes us and hopefully do some update videos as we go along.